Foreword to Among the Night People by Clara Dillingham Pierson. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Jude Somers. Among the Night People by Clara Dillingham Pierson. Foreword. My dear little friends, you can never guess how much I have enjoyed writing these stories of the night time, and I must tell you how I first came to think of doing so. I once knew a girl, and she was not a very little girl either, who was afraid of the dark. And I have known 3 boys who were as brave as could be by daylight, but who would not run on an errand alone after the lamps were lighted. They never seemed to think what a beautiful, restful growing time the night is for plants and animals, and even for themselves. I thought that if they knew more of what happens between sunset and sunrise, they would love the night as well as I. It may be that you will never see bats flying freely, or find the owls flapping silently among the trees without touching even a twig. Perhaps while these things are happening, you must be snugly tucked in bed. But that is no reason why you should not be told what they do while you are dreaming. Before this, you know, I have told you more of what is done by daylight in meadow, forest, farmyard, and pond. It would be a very queer world if we could not know about things without seeing them for ourselves, and you may like to think, when you are going to sleep, that hundreds and thousands of tiny out-of-door people are turning and stretching and going to find their food. In the morning, when you are dressing in your sunshiny rooms, they are cuddling down for a good day's rest. I think I ought to tell you that I have not been alone when writing these stories. I have often been in the meadow and the forest at night, and have seen and heard many interesting things. But my good cat, Silvertip, has known far more than I of the night doings of the out-of-door people. He has been beside me at my desk, and although at times he has shut his eyes and taken cat-naps while I wrote, there have been many other times when he has taken the pen right out of my hand. He has even tried running the typewriter with his dainty white paws, and he has gone over every story I have written. I do not say that he has written any himself, but you can see that he has been very careful what I wrote, and I have learned a great deal from him that I never knew before. He is a very good and clever cat, and if you like these stories, I am sure it must be partly because he had a paw in the writing of them. Your friend, Clara D. Pierson. Chapter 1 of Among the Night People. The Black Spanish Chickens. When the speckled hen wanted to sit, there was no use in trying to talk her out of the idea, for she was a very set hen. So, after the farmer's wife had worked and barred her out of first one nesting place and then another, she gave up to the speckled hen, and fixed her a fine nest and put 13 eggs into it. They were black Spanish eggs, but the speckled hen did not know that. The hens that had laid them could not bear to sit, so, unless some other hen did the work which they left undone, there would have been no black Spanish chickens. This is always their way, and people have grown used to it. Now nobody thinks of asking a black Spanish hen to sit, although it does not seem right that a hen should be unwilling to bring up chickens. Supposing nobody had been willing to bring her up? Still, the black Spanish hens talk very reasonably about it. "We will lay plenty of eggs," they say, "but some of the common hens must hatch them." They do their share of the farmyard work, only they insist on choosing what that share shall be. When the speckled hen came off the nest with 11 black chickens, 2 of the eggs did not hatch, she was not altogether happy. "I wanted them to be speckled," said she, "and not one of the whole brood is." That was why she grew so restless and discontented in her coop, although it was roomy and clean, and she had plenty given to her to eat and drink. She was quite happy only when they were safely under her wings at night. And such a time as they always had getting settled! When the sunbeams became more and more slanting through the trees, the chickens felt less and less like
Sample complete. Ready to continue?